So students, we were in the chapter of memory, which is coming under the cognitive process. So today is the continuation class of the same topic, memory. And now I will discuss the methods of improving memory. So methods of improving memory, first is recall. This involves digging into the memory and bringing back information on a stimulus or response basis. For example, what is the capital of New Zealand? Answer is Wellington. Recall often needs prioritizing with cues to help us retrieve what we are looking for. It is not a reliable form of memory, and many of us experience the feeling that we know the answer but simply cannot dig the information out. This is the technique we use to remember people's name, hence, we often forget them. There are three types of recall. First is free recall. When we cues are given to assist the retrieval, it is called the free recall. Number two is serial recall. When items are recalled in a particular order. Number three is cued recall, when some cues are given to assist retrieval. Next, I am coming to recognition. Recognition is a process that occurs in thinking when some event, process, pattern, or object recurs. Coming from the base cognition, cognition has various uses in different fields of study and has generally accepted to be used for the process of awareness or thought. So next I am coming to relearning. Relearning, another means of remembering, is through relearning. Relearned information may return quickly, even if it has not been used for many years. So these are the methods of improving memory. Next I am coming to tips for memory improvement. Number one is brain exercise. Memory, like muscular strength, is a use it or lose it proportion. The more you work out your brain, the better you will be able to process and remember information. And number two, aerobics. The best way to improve your memories seems to be to increase the supply of oxygen to the brain, which can do by aerobic exercising. Walking for 3 hours each week suffices, as does swimming or bicycle riding. Number three tip is pay attention. You cannot remember something if you never learned it, and you cannot learn something that is encoded into your brain if you don't pay enough attention to it. Number four is involve as many senses as possible. Number five is relate information to what you already know. Number six is organize information. Number seven is understand and be able to interpret complex material. Number eight is rehearse information frequently and overlearn. Number nine is be motivated and keep a positive attitude. Next, I am coming to the healthy habits to improve the memory. These are regular exercise, managing stress, good sleep habit, and no smoking. Next, I am coming to memory and aging. So, what is the relation between memory and aging? Several factors cause aging brain to experience. So, memory and aging. So, what is the relation between the memory and the aging process? Several factors cause aging brains to experience changes in the ability to retain and retrieve memories. The hippocampus is specially vulnerable to age related deterioration, and that can affect how well you retain information. There's a relative loss of neurons with age, which can affect the activity of brain chemicals called neurotransmitters and their receptors. An older person often experiences decreased blood flow to the brain and process nutrients that enhance brain activity less efficiently than a younger person. Next topic is forgetting. So forgetting is retentionless. It refers to apparent loss of information already encoded and stored in an individual's long-term memory. It is a spontaneous or gradual process in which old memories are unable to be recalled from memory storage. Next, I am coming to the term associated with forgetting, that is amnesia. So, amnesia is loss of ability to memorize information or to recall information stored in memory. So, what causes amnesia? Amnesia is most commonly associated with either brain damage through injury or degeneration of brain cells in dementia. Next, coming to forms of amnesia. First is anterograde amnesia. In anterograde amnesia, patient cannot retain any new memory. Number 2, retrograde amnesia. In retrograde amnesia, the patient cannot recall the past events. Next, coming to repression, refers to the inability to recall information, usually about stressful or traumatic events in person's life, such as a violent attack or rape. The memory is stored in long-term memory, but access to it is impaired because of psychological defense mechanisms. Persons retain the capacity to learn new information and there may be some later partial or complete recovery of memory. This contrasts with, for example, anterograde amnesia caused by amnetics such as benzodiazepine or alcohol, where an experience was prevented from being transferred from temporary to permanent memory storage. It will never be recovered because it was never stored in the first place, formerly known as psychogenic amnesia. Here I am completing the topic memory. So today I have discussed the methods of improving memory, tips of memory improvement, healthy habits of to improve memory, memory and aging relation, forgetting and amnesia. So in my next class, I will start from the topic thinking. So please follow my next class. Thank you.